You get me to pick a reference point up.
But I haven't made you use it.
Well, no, I wouldn't have used it anyway. Yeah, you got me to pick a reference point up, didn't you? Did you ever find out for me, do I know why it's important?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah? You didn't, did you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I've cut the corner. You give me a reference point. You haven't even told me what the reference point is for, have you?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't have jumped in and told me. I certainly wouldn't have jumped in and told me why it was, what the reference point was for, or why it was important not to cut the corner. I would have asked. I was always going to cut the next corner.
Yeah, because
next
I haven't
corner.
asked you.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was always going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you understand the reason why?
Yeah, because I haven't got to.
Wait, well, you haven't used the core consonant, have you?
No, because I haven't. How? Why?
Well, you spotted the what.
The what, why? How?
You came in with the how, but there was no why, was there?
Why? Yeah.
And I may have known the reason why, but you never asked. Don't ask, you don't get there.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was always going to cut the next corner.
Okay.
You agree?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. 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 Okay, Tony. So we've got a reference point for turning on that corner. Where is the reference point for turning on that corner? Can you remember?
Oh, I think you said it cuts him by the store mirror.
Yeah, and
I didn't think it was that important because you didn't make.
okay.
Reference
So
to it.
why do you think it's important that we make sure we find that reference point before? We're lining up the reference point to make sure that we stay on our side of the road. If we come round that corner and we actually go onto the other side of the road, we're cutting into the path of the traffic coming down, aren't we? So we could cause a collision there.
All right.
Yeah. So it's really important when we find that reference point that we stay on our side of the road, and that's the reason why we're using that reference point to line up so that we can get round and stay on our side of the road, so we're not cutting the corner.
Because it's dangerous, yeah?
It's dangerous, yeah, because we can go into the path of other traffic. So if you cut the corner, there's a chance that you're going to, if there was a car coming down the road, you're going to cut the corner, there's a chance that there's going to be a collision on that junction. Okay.
It's actually got to be further forward, isn't it?
Well, if you go further forward, what do you think is going to happen?
I won't cut the corner.
You won't cut the corner, but there's a strong possibility you'll mount the curb. So if we've got a pedestrian stood on the curb, you're going to mount the curb and we're going to have an issue there. So that's the reason why we're using that reference point to make sure that we actually get round the corner and stay on our side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll never cut a corner again in my life, I promise you.
All right, well, I'll see below. So shall we go and put all that into practice?
No, we shouldn't.
Right,
no.
okay. Okay, so then just...
It's like watching an episode of EastEnders, isn't it? You're finishing on a cliffhanger and you're going to tell me the next bit next week, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is occasions, Tony, where we are going to have to cut a corner, isn't it?
Okay. So on occasions, Tony, we are going to have to cut a corner. So when we go through our process, when we come up to turn right, we're going to have to look into the new road to see what's happening. We're going to have a look and see, first of all, whether we've got pedestrians crossing the road. We've also got to look to see if there's any cars, if anybody's coming, overtaking a car. There might also be a possibility of a car parked really close to the junction, or for example a skip parked really close to the junction, and we may have to cut the corner to get round. But we need to assess and see what's happening before we do so.
So we get there eventually. Right, look at it from the point of view of a real pupil. Would they have the knowledge to chuck all these questions at you to try and get this extra bit of information out of you? Of course they wouldn't, would they? Yeah? And obviously I'm coming at a role to get it out of you, yeah? I can guarantee you if you teach your pupil and you say to them, that's your reference point for not cutting the corner and not go any further with that.
They're not going to understand why, what's the reason for it.
They're not even going to do it, are they? Yeah, I wouldn't anyway. Yeah, because I should be learning by understanding, shouldn't I? And then of course, you know, if you don't come in with the fact that I must never cut a corner, and I chucked your lifeline there, didn't I? I'll never cut another corner ever again, yeah? That must have been ringing bells.
Yeah,
in
okay,
your head,
yeah.
Yeah, that means I'll be aborting most of the turnings in St Albans, isn't it? I'll be driving around all day trying to get down one of these side roads, wouldn't I?
Okay,
Well, I can't turn there because I can't cut a corner, can I?
Yeah. Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, no, it does, it does, it does.
Well,
Yeah.
do that a pause minute, give it a bit of fresh air and have a drink. Mine's a double scotch.
Mine's a bottle of wine.